In a kingdom where silver towers touched the skies and stars shimmered like chandeliers at night, there lived a kind-hearted princess, Cinderella. She was no longer the girl in rags sweeping ashes. After marrying Prince Adrian, she had become a symbol of hope across the land. Yet, not everyone in the royal court was pleased. Whispers floated through the corridors like wine through old trees. She was once a servant, some would mutter. She doesn't belong among royals, others sneered behind silk fans and jeweled masks. But Cinderella paid them no mind. She moved with the same grace and humility she always had, treating every maid, guard, and noble with equal kindness. Her heart had not changed, even if her gowns had. One chilly autumn afternoon, while walking through the castle gardens, Cinderella spotted an elderly woman trembling near the palace gates. Her cloak was torn, her hands red from cold, and her eyes filled with quiet desperation. Guards were shooing her away. "No beggars at the palace gates," one snapped. "Wait," Cinderella called out. She hurried over, taking off her velvet shawl and wrapping it around the woman's shoulders. "Come with me. You must be starving." She led the old woman inside, offering her warm soup, slippers, and a place by the fire. With each sip, the woman's eyes grew brighter. When she finished, she smiled and stood straighter than before. "You are not like the others," she said, her voice suddenly glowing with strength. "And for that, you shall receive a gift." In a flash of swirling light and shimmering gold, the old woman transformed. Her ragged cloak became a robe of stardust, her cane a silver staff. She was no ordinary traveler. She was a time fairy, one of the ancient guardians of fate. From her robe, she pulled a delicate golden pocket watch that glowed faintly with silver dust. "This is the clock of second chances. It holds the power to turn back one moment in time, but only once." Cinderella looked at the watch, awestruck. "Thank you, but why me?" "Because you give without asking, love without expecting, and believe without seeing," the fairy said. "But remember, this gift cannot be used for yourself." Before Cinderella could ask more, the fairy vanished like morning mist, leaving only a faint sparkle in the hair. Cinderella held the clock carefully, feeling the weight of the decision it would one day bring. Days passed, and autumn turned to winter. Snow blanketed the castle grounds like frosting on a cake. Inside the palace, life bustled with holiday preparation. But one morning brought unexpected trouble. A young maid named Ella, a quiet girl with nervous hands, accidentally broke a precious vase in the queen's sitting room. It had been passed down for generations, a priceless heirloom. Crash! Porcelain shattered like ice on stone. The sound echoed. The queen's footsteps thundered into the room. Ella trembled, her face pale. I didn't mean to." "Out. Leave this castle at once," the queen shouted. "This is unforgivable." Cinderella arrived moments later to find Ella crying in the corridor. She listened quietly, her heart aching. She reached into her pocket. The clock. She turned it once. Time shimmered. The vase reassembled, the sound reversed, the moment unwritten. Cinderella hurried to the sitting room and found Ella just before the accident. "Ella," she whispered kindly. "Let me help you carry that." Together, they moved the vase safely. The moment passed. The queen never had to shout. Ella never had to cry. No one noticed, but one act of kindness had rewritten fate. Later, when Prince Adrian found out what Cinderella had done, he asked, "Why didn't you use that gift for yourself?" She smiled gently. "Because I never needed it. Kindness is my greatest power." Word of her act spread through the palace, not from her lips, but from grateful whispers. Soon, The very courtiers who once gossiped began to see her differently. "She's not just a princess," said one noblewoman. "She's a true queen of hearts." Over time, the palace changed. People helped one another more. They smiled a little more often. Truth replaced whispers. Forgiveness softened old grudges. Cinderella had not just changed a moment. She had inspired a movement. The golden clock sat in a glass case by her bed from then on, used, but not forgotten. A reminder that real power lies not in what we keep, but in what we give away. Moral: a true heart uses its power to lift others, not itself.